welcome back to the channel. So, in this video, we are going to be prettying up this motor compartment. Now, if you watch the last couple videos, you'll know that the interior is all painted and done. That's good to go. The trunk lid and inside the trunk is all done. So, before we paint this whole thing, we're going to be working on the motor. Now, we're not going to be putting any chrome or anything on the motor right now, because I've made that mistake in the past where I get overspray on it and it's just a mess. But we are going to be repainting the inside of all this, you know, fender wells. We're going to get to the motor, we're going to get to the intake, and just clean it up. So first thing we're going to do is going to get rid of a radiator, going to get rid of the transmission cooler. I got an all-in-one unit downstairs, so let me get to it. Nothing really to see here, just taking out a couple bolts. So, see you in 10. Alright, did I say 10 minutes? I really meant like 20, because that bottom hose didn't want to play nice. But, completely unrelated, check out my great water neck. Oh no, that's not the bad part. The bad part, not bad, but I'm pretty sure the thermostat doesn't go like that. Now, I'm not a master mechanic, but something tells me that that's not right. That's alright though. We got all new stuff up there. So I think we're going to go grab the old radiator, mock that up, and we have to mock up our overflow reservoir, so let's get that done. Alrighty, well, we got the radiator and the overflow in. As far as the overflow goes, I don't know why it's got two of these on it. I'm going to have to investigate that. Never used one of these, so I was just expecting one. So, with the radiator in, I am calling this a loss, because we do have an issue. That is, that dead ends right into this cross member here. So, I think I'm going to end up cutting a notch here.
What is wrong with me?
Maybe just welding a little plate underneath to support it, but yeah, the other one was really tight and it was laying right on here. I don't know what the deal is. And I've adjusted this all the way up, so it can't go up any higher. So I'm either going to fix it or I'm going to fix it so that no one else will ever be able to fix it. So that's why we do mock-up. Here's my issue. So the bottom hole, this thing has a series of holes, which I'll show you when I pull this off. It's slotted at the top, as you can see, and then there's a solid hole there. So with it right now, the hood hits on this. I just throw a piece of tape upside down and you can see that's where it's sticking. So I could cut this, or I could cut this here, between here and here. But I think at first I'm going to split the difference, because one way is too low, one way is too high. If I go right in the middle, maybe it'll work. So you can see here now I got probably like an, you know, good 3/4 of an inch of clearance. So let me pull this out. I'm going to drill just one hole in the top, and if that works, then I'll drill the rest of them out. So let's get to it. Here's the strategy I came up with. One hole right in between these two. I mean, worst case scenario, I'll just make this one big oval, or 3 big ovals. So I'm going to try that, see if that fits. So let's get her back in. So here's our hood, as you can see. We're all lined up. Right, well, you really can't see from this angle. But we're all lined up. She looks pretty good, pretty straight. Let me lift her up. And that's with the big cap. Now our original cap that came off the car, that's a little flatter, so give me a little more room. This is, I could probably fit like maybe a credit card in between the two. Plus there's going to be more when I put the brace and everything on. But for our purposes, that worked. I'm drilling out in the middle. So I'm going to pull this. I'm going to drill the other 4 holes. We got the middle and the lower on each side. And then we're going to throw her in one more time. Just better safe than sorry. One thing I did have to do is I did have to push the radiator all the way back, because this is on slides. But you can see the hose and everything, it clears. We don't have much room, but we have enough. So now I'm calling that a win. Alright guys, so the radiator may have been made in China, but it was definitely modified here in the USA. So we pulled that off, threw that downstairs. I'm over here cleaning my hoses because I may not be good at the whole mechanicing thingy, but I am really good at the whole cleaning thingy. So everyone's got to shine somewhere. So with that being said, I'm going to call it a day. Wife just said we have a barbecue to go to, so I'll see you guys mañana. Mañana. That's tomorrow, I think. All right, guys, we're back the next day, and as you can see, no 55 in the garage. Yep, we're finally doing the smart thing, and we're going to send this out for paint and body work just so I don't screw it up. But actually, the reason why it is out of the garage is because we have been doing some shop upgrades. First one being, we upgraded our sound system here. We got a nice little 1200 watt amp, along with this big old 18-inch sub up there. And if you look at the ceiling here, I screwed plywood all in, or not plywood, 2x4s all in. So I have a place to hang my plastic, because you can see in the past, my plastic, it ends up just getting stapled to the wall, and I think that this will make my painting a little better. But most importantly is we did new lights in the shop. Now, I don't expect you guys to be able to see this on film as far as the difference, but my God, it is like 4 times brighter in here now. Might explain why some of my body work wasn't great, but this is just night and day compared to what it was. So I did hook these up to a remote, little remote here, so they don't have to be on all the time. But yeah, I think this is going to help us out. So while we got the car outside, we're going to look at it in the sun. I've always learned that you got to look at stuff outside. You'll see extra dents and stuff, because if you keep it in the garage and paint it all in one shot, you're not going to be happy. So I'm going to open up the door, go out, and get the car back in here. All right, guys, it's been about 2 months. We're going to throw a little gas in this thing and see if we can get it to pop off. Hopefully I didn't mess anything up with the wires. Now, it's not going to run. There's no fuel or anything hooked up to it, but let's see if she'll pop. That's a win. All right, we're back. Day after yesterday, and we are going to prep this motor compartment for paint. Now, we are not worried about the motor itself. That's going to get done at a different time after the whole car is painted. We're going to take this apart and swap out some shit. But all we're worried about is the tubs and the firewall. And yeah, we'll probably spray all this. So I'm going to get some super clean. We are going to have to do a little bit of sanding here and there. You can see some paint chipping and whatnot. Hopefully it's still primed under there. We'll find out. And we're going to start cleaning away. This is going to suck. It's going to take quite a few hours. So we're really not worried about any of these brake lines or anything. All these brake lines are getting replaced. Master cylinder is going to get replaced. So we're just going to leave that in place. And we are going to try to make this black. I'm going to go through, degrease anything. This shit looks crappy. And probably paint the lower frame. We will plastic up the motor, of course. But let's start cleaning. I was taking out these little bushings here. And of course, one fell in the frame. So I spent the last half hour trying to get that out and realized that it's not worth my time, and I'm just going to have to spend the $4.99 on a new set. But it did allow me to see that my fuel line is more or less rubbing on my headers. So just one more thing to add to the list. So we're going to keep going and get this side all cleaned up. You have a dirty engine compartment? Or maybe you're a diva and you just don't like getting your hands dirty? Well, I have invented a tool made specifically for cleaning such areas. The Radiator 5000. For a limited time, and around 8 quarters, you can run to the dollar store and get yourself one of these too. Good to have in hard to reach areas where you just need a little extra scrubbing and you don't want to get dirty. So we're going to get this all nice and wet and get in here and get it cleaned. Alrighty, so as you saw, we hit her with some red Scotch-Brite, then we hit her with the toilet brush, and then we got some sandpaper going on. We did sand down and touch up a few areas that were shitty. We have a few more to do, as you can see over here. But in the meantime, I'm going to go get the leaf blower and get this sucker pretty much dried off. And we're going to keep on moving. So for my purposes, we are all taped up. We should have pretty decent access to get in there and get most of the frame. I mean, it's already black, but we're just trying to freshen it up. All this brake junk, we don't care about that because that is all getting replaced at a later date. And we are going to be painting these little wings here with the little jam gun. If they don't come out good, we'll just respray them. Our main thing is we just want to get inside this motor compartment done so we can move on to the main paint job. And at that stage, then we'll go through, we'll clean the whole garage, we'll put plastic up everywhere. But yeah, in the meantime, we should be good to go. And one other thing I did, to avoid a hard line, I kind of rolled the edges on some of this tape and stuff. So I'm not going to be spraying here so much anyway. I'm mostly going to be spraying here. But I don't want to go through the same problem I had in the trunk. So hopefully that alleviates it. So in 5 seconds, you'll see me with the little jam gun. I think this is where we're going to wrap it up. You probably noticed I did not record after I switched guns because I just wanted to get it done. But overall, it came out pretty good. Now, I'm not going to unwrap the motor or anything. Might as well just leave that wrapped up just so I don't get any overspray anywhere. And as you can see, yeah, I didn't get any hard lines here, so should easily be able to sand that out. It's not going to be anywhere near a pain as when I did the trunk. So yeah, hard part's done. Basically, next is just all big panels. I mean, really the only other hard part's going to be the roof, and that's not going to be that hard. I'm not thrilled with these, only because I had some water drip out from underneath here, so you could probably see, looks like crap, but nice, easy, 600 grit sand, and I'll just respray that when I do the fenders. So that's going to do it, guys. Next video, obviously, painting the whole car. So thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And get off the couch. Get in the garage. As if we needed any more proof that I don't do idiotic shit, I just spent the last half hour compounding out the nice line I had here of overspray. But, looks good now. I'll take it.